All right, driving around. Just got through a great meeting with the team. We're gonna start shooting all of our content on Fridays, prepping it, doing what we need to a little bit on Friday, finishing the prep on Monday, and then things will get scheduled on Tuesday. So our new cadence for the podcast is going to be every Tuesday because I go live in our Facebook group on Monday, and a lot of times that gets into 30 minutes or so. So I don't want to not be able to deliver both of them because sometimes the schedule gets out of hand and I can't always shoot a podcast and a live. So we're just trying to be more intentional, more mindful. So the new cadence is going to be every Tuesday. I'm technically shooting this on Monday, so we are going to turn it around quickly. So you're going to be hearing this on Tuesday, but I just want to do that. A couple quick, housekeeping items. Quick housekeeping items. That would be that Colorado is beautiful. I'm just going to show this here. If you're watching on YouTube, oh, that's bright. I might have just blinded all of you guys. The sun is real. I'm just pulled over to look at the mountains and got inspired. Wanted to do a podcast and realized, hey, sun's still bright. If you've heard my podcast about due to the eclipse and the nature of it, how often NASA says don't look at the sun, turns out that is still in fact true. Today, I want to talk about your potential. Your potential. What does potential mean? Potential. I'm going to tell this through a story. I know that that's really surprising for you guys. But the story is I talked to my dad. And I was maybe, I think I was 13. Maybe I was 12, 13, or 14. Somewhere in there. I lived in Pagosa Springs. I was watching Dragon Ball Z. So not much has changed there because I really like that cartoon. I recently got back into it and I've been watching it. But I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I was doing push-ups and all this stuff, and I was waiting for my dad to come home. And my dad walks in the door, and I had been practicing this song earlier in the day. And I said, Dad, I want to sing this song for you. I want you to tell me what you think. And he says, okay, I can do that for you. I get done singing, and he kind of sits there, and he goes, yeah, not bad, man. Not bad. I said, well, scale from 1 to 10, what do you think? What do you think it is? He said, well, I said maybe a 2. 2. And my dad's a really good musician, so I held him in high regard. It's interesting because for the longest time, I just kind of took that as a kind of a slap in the face because I knew I wasn't a 2. But compared to what? And that's what we're going to get into here in a second. He goes on to say, Greg, on a scale from 1 to 2, you're a 2 on who you could be. And he said, you're 2 because you have this natural skill of singing. Your 2 can beat most people's 10s. But if you run into somebody who has your natural skill and they have polished their talent up to their capacity, up to their potential, and they're hitting a 10 of their potential, even though you start out from the same ingredients, they are going to mop the floor with you. And he said, so I think you're a 2, and I think you need to hear that. But the funny thing is for the longest time, I didn't hear what he was saying. I was just mad that my dad called me a 2. And now I realize what he was trying to do is he was trying to get me to tap into my potential. And it occurs to me that that's what a good coach does. It occurs to me that that's what a good parent does, a good mentor does. And in some cases, a good friend. But you really shouldn't coach your friends. But how often are we just living on our innate ability, the easy part of it? Because it's easy for me to be a really good singer. But it's hard for anyone to be a great singer. And for me to go from really good to great, I would need to rehearse. I would need to practice. I would need to reintroduce myself to the idea that I can be humble and I need to go back to the basics and I need to do the work. But so often, like, and let's get into this a little bit. If you didn't watch my live in our Facebook group, please, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, go join our Facebook group. And if the lighting's messed up, I'm sorry, I'm literally just watching the mountains and hanging out. So if the lighting's messed up on this video, I didn't give myself any excuses, and I'm just going for it. So thanks for rocking and rolling with me. But join our Facebook group, the Final Percent Network. So look up the Final Percent Network, and you will see our Facebook group. And I went live, and I talked about the idea of what is available to you is not automatic. So you have an available potential, but it's not automatic. Maybe you are married. You have an available relationship. Your wife is available to you. Your husband is available to you, but your marriage is not automatic. Your coach is available to you, but the results are not automatic. The gym is available to you, but it doesn't matter unless you show up and do the work. You put in the effort. And that's what I think everyone is really, really messing up on in today's day and age, is they buy things in this consumer mindset, and they think that just because it's available, that it's automatic. Well, I bought the course, so where's the results? Did you do the work? Did you apply the knowledge? Well, I bought the education. I bought the mentorship. I bought the coaching. I bought the seminar. I bought the gym membership. I signed up for this thing called having a best friend. They've been available to me, but I haven't been available to them. Whatever it is this idea of availability is becoming a little toxic if you think about it. Because, well, Amazon's just available. So everything can just come to your door. Relationships don't work like that. Your body does not work like that. Your working out does not work like that. Just because someone's available, you have to run maintenance on yourself, on your mindset, on your heart set, on the relationships with yourself. You looking in the mirror, how do you talk to you? And so what I want you to do is I want you to identify what is going on with your potential. Because you might be really good at speaking, but do you study the craft of speaking? Do you study the greats? Do you craft your work? A lot of people look at this idea of a work of art, and I'm starting to believe in art less and less, because it takes so long to be good at the artistic expression, either through speech, through your music, through your family, through your love, through your friendships, through your marriage. If something looks like a work of art, it's usually hard work that looks easy. So I want you to change that idea. It's no longer a work of art, it's a work of hard. It's a work of hard. Because if you look at the NFL, you watch these people battle it out on the gridiron, or maybe you're a soccer fan, you watch these people battle it on the pitch. Whatever it is. And you're like, man, the way that guy runs, it's a work of art. Man, the way that team plays is a work of art. Man, that ownership, the way that they built this building, it's a work of art. No, you can literally look at all of those things and you can identify that those are works of hard. Because it was hard work to make it look that easy. It was hard work to make running look that effortless. It was hard work to deliver that speech and make it look easy. It was hard work to build that building in this artistic fashion that has the structural design that it does, that has the safety protocols, that meets code, that does this but still evokes emotion, that evokes a feeling. And so people love, without realizing it, they love watching hard work, but they don't like doing hard work. So we have kind of watered down hard work with saying artwork. So you have potential inside of you. And just because on a scale from 1 to 10, your 2 can beat someone else's 10, I'm telling you, still work hard. If you have a great marriage, what happens if you work even harder on your marriage? If you are a natural speaker and a great speaker, what happens if you work even harder? Stop. Everyone's on this sabbatical and they want everything to come to them. Oh, well, I spent the money and I did this and I did that and everything should be easy. We're always trying to press the easy button. That's why we're addicted to watching hard work in action, hard work in the artwork of life. So I know that I got super philosophical. We covered a lot of ground in 10 minutes, but this is us helping you understand the new cadence of how we're going to disseminate the content. Also, we're going to be doing a lot more things on the YouTube channel. So our primary things are going to be, Facebook groups, the Final Percent Network, the podcast, which is the Final Percent, the YouTube, which is literally just the Final Percent again, and then go to thefinalpercent.com. We've got a lot of really cool things going on there with the infinity model, with our events. Also, we have so much to announce coming up in January 3rd. We're going to be streaming it live through our Facebook group and probably our app. We have an app. Oh, that's the other thing. Our app. Look up The Final Percent on your app. We have over 160 hours of content. We have courses. We've got Sharon Lecter on there. We've got the Road of Life coaching on there. We've got Brianna Stonelake on there. We've got me, of course, on there. We've got Dr. Eileen Gallagher on there. We've got my wife, Kayla Kimball, on there, and many more to come. And we're always adding incredible courses. We've got Project 33 on there, which is a little bit like 75 Hard, only I think done in a more consumable way, to where it's easier to get to the end so that you can stay in momentum. But yeah, we're doing a lot of things. We're having a lot of fun, but I just wanted to do this quick checkup. What are you really, your potential is super high, but you're not living up to your potential. So, and that's the thing. I don't care whether you're in your 20s and you're starting out and maybe you're ahead of all the other 20-year-olds, but is that really where you want to be, ahead of 20-year-olds? Or do you want to be at the head of the industry? If you're starting a coaching practice, you got to get in as many rooms as you can, and you've got to get on as many stages, and you've got to spread the word of you. You've got to enroll people in you. So it's going to take action. It's going to take movement. You got to just do the work of hard to look like a work of art. And the other thing is say yes and then stay yes. I'll probably going to do a podcast on this next week, but when you say yes to your marriage, you stay yes, right? That's the idea of it. When you say yes to your best friend, you stay yes. When you say yes to wanting to make $1 million, all of a sudden you're like, I don't know, I don't feel like it today, or I don't want to get up, or I don't want to get up early, or I don't want to go to bed, or I just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. Whatever it is, you got to find a way to stay consistent and stay yes in your dreams. And usually that means focus. I always say, have your one primary group, which I, of course, would love for that to be the Final Percent. I think we are a fantastic group of individuals. And then have one group that you're kind of affiliated with, and then another group that you're either kicking the tires on or you're building. Here's the biggest thing. If you go into building your own group, do not poach from your other groups to where you cut off your nose to spite your face. A lot of people will do that. So, the answer to everything is support. But are you supporting yourself to actually have your dreams happen? Which means that you've got to not just hire the coaching, you got to do the work. Not just buy the gym membership, you got to go to the gym. Not just go to the gym, but you got to get off your phone and stop taking selfies all the time and actually move heavy things and run and take action and put in effort. Everything comes back to effort, but it has to be intentional. Be a laser, not a light bulb. So Identify where things are kind of easy for you and you're skating by, and then ask yourself, what if I double down and I get really intentional on my real potential, intentional potential. So thank you guys so much. This has been another episode of the Final Percent Podcast that are now coming to you every Tuesday. See you guys soon. It's the final percent.